Hey, let's talk about mixing browns if you only have a few colors in your watercolor palette. So I'm going to just assume that you only have the primary colors. So that would be yellow. Maybe you have like a medium yellow like this or a dark yellow, some sort of red kind of or magenta kind of color. And then let's say like down here I have, I'm gonna not lie to you, I get my blues mixed up all the time. I think that one's ultramarine, that one's indigo. Let's just say you have like an ultramarine blue. The best thing I find to do is just experiment with these things, but I usually mix my browns down here. So I'm gonna take red. So generally speaking, when you mix colors that are opposite on the color wheel, so in this case it would be red and green, but how do you make green, blue, and yellow? So we'll just add all of those together. We're pretending we just have those three colors. Usually when you do that, you will get a brown color, but it will vary, and you'll see depending on how much you add of each. So if I just add some of my cadmium medium yellow, you see now I have more of an orange color, but I'm looking for a brown. What's the opposite of orange? It's blue. I'm gonna use my, I already forgot what I said that was. So look at that beautiful, it's a little bit on the blue side probably, but this is when I take it over and do, I'm just gonna do some little like, I always default to trees. If you have it's a real nice dark tone. Makes for some beautiful tree action. But let's say maybe you don't think that's quite the right brown for you. You could come back up here, could add a little more red to it. And then you would have this kind of, you know, whatever color you have, it's gonna have those undertones. So you might even call this more of a maroon than a brown. But like this would be a good undertone if you were doing fall foliage. If you wanted to use more than one red, like this would be the good dark undertone. I hope you can actually see these colors coming through. And then from there, you know, you can just keep changing the ratios. Like, so now when I add this yellow in, it's a very nice brown. It's a lot brighter. I'll just draw one down here. So again, I think that kind of looks like poop, but very, you know, if you're doing a nature scene, or even maybe like painting a horse, which I guess would be a nature scene also, you can see how that's a very nice, and look, it's funny because compared to this one, now that looks very purple. But I would say they all like sort of register as brown. And then again, you could go back and you could be like, I'm gonna add a little more of my ultramarine blue to that and see what that does. I just think it's so fun. So this almost makes, it's different than that first one that we mixed. So as the ratios of the colors change, you will see like this is almost sort of like a gray brown. You can see how you get all these different, I think just stunningly beautiful and so fun, different colors just from mixing those three colors together. That is what you get. So there's how to mix a few kind of brownish shades. If you're just playing out with watercolors, I have a free color mixing class, which we cover this stuff and then do a few more mixing things, just so that way, if you only have the three colors in your palette, you can see how to make a variety of colors. So I hope you enjoyed.